All right, first and foremost, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you our new city manager, Sabrina Landreth. Sabrina started work this week on June 24th. She comes to us from the City of Oakland, where she was the budget director and deputy city administrator, among other positions that she's previously held. Lives right here in Oakland, and would you like to say a few words to the commission?
Hi. So I've met a couple of you. I look forward to meeting the rest of you personally. I'm making every effort I can to come to as many of these meetings and meet all of the commissioners, and we'll sit in for as much as I can tonight, and look forward to helping you all serve the city of Emeryville. So thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much, and welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, in other news, to let you know what the City Council has been doing since your last meeting. They've had 2 meetings, fairly light agendas, so not a lot of planning-related issues. At their June 4th meeting, they considered the Christie Avenue bike path, and they authorized the interim city manager to execute a grant funding agreement with Alameda County Transportation Commission to commit any necessary matching funds for what is officially called the Christie Avenue Bay Trail Gap Closure Project. This project involves the removal of 1 travel lane on Christie Avenue between Powell Street and Shellmound to provide room on the east side for a Class 1, separate Class 1 bike and pedestrian path and related crossing improvements at the intersections. It will provide a continuous bicycle and pedestrian path all the way from the shoreline by Shorebird Park and further north, all the way over to Shellmound Street at Bay Street. And that eliminates the existing substandard connection through the Sheraton Four Points parking lot. So we're pretty excited about this, and kudos to our Public Works Director, Maurice Kaufman, for kind of spearheading this effort. ACTC has committed $550,000 to the project, which we believe is sufficient to build it, so hopefully it'll be there within the next year or so. On June 18th, the council considered the house at 1075 41st Street. This is the house that's right across from Annie Yates School, and it's just east of the little mini park playground thing that was built as part of the Oak Walk project. The council discussed the possibility of acquiring that house and then to resell it as an affordable housing unit, and they decided to refer the matter to the Housing Committee for their recommendation. The house is in foreclosure, its yards are full of weeds and trash, and it's been taken over by squatters. We are concurrently pursuing code enforcement efforts to clean up the property and remove the squatters, and the property has been subject to numerous citizen complaints. So depending on what the Housing Committee says, the council may decide to go ahead and attempt to purchase it for an affordable housing unit. Concerning the Planning Commission appointments, as you all know, 3 of your terms expire at the end of this month. That's Chair Coomerly and Commissioners Sherman and Steinberg. Chair Coomerly has indicated she will be seeking reappointment. Commissioners Steinberg and Sherman have indicated that you will not be. So there are 2 open seats, and as I previously reported to you via email, there are 13 applicants for those 3 seats. I think that might be some kind of a record. The council will be holding interviews of the prospective new and incumbent commissioners on Tuesday, July 2nd and Tuesday, July 16th, and they're expected to make their appointments on September 3rd. As you know, the council is not meeting in August this year, so the next meeting after July 16th is September 3rd. So therefore, Commissioners Sherman and Steinberg will be able to remain as commissioners through the end of August and will be able to take part in the decisions on the ECCL project, which will be coming before you at your next meeting on July 25th, and the Moz project on San Pablo Avenue, which is scheduled to come before you in August. And then the new commissioners' first meeting would therefore be the September meeting on September 26th. And in that vein, the commission usually elects new officers, that is new chair and vice chair, in July for the upcoming year. In light of the new commissioners not being seated until September, you might want to consider postponing that election until September. So I guess I'd just like to pose that question, whether you want to go ahead and elect your new officers at your next meeting, or do you want to wait until September? Any thoughts on that?
We'll wait until September.
I think it makes sense to wait. I think you're doing a fabulous job. Might as well keep going.
I agree. We'll just wait. What do you think, Buzz?
Fine.
Sounds like a consensus to me.
Okay.
All right, very good. Speaking of consensus, you seem to have a consensus that your retreat should be a nighttime tour of sign illumination. That's what I think I heard at your last meeting. The bylaws say your retreat is supposed to be in September, but since it doesn't get dark really until pretty late in September, I would suggest that you might want to consider postponing this until after daylight savings time ends. So perhaps November, when it gets dark, like more like around 5:30 or 6, so you won't have to start your meeting at 9 p.m. Does that seem reasonable?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and then finally, you have postcards in front of you to remind you about the summer concert series, the annual summer concert series. It's getting underway. The first one will be on the 4th of July out at the marina, and so hope you can make it and spread the word about it. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to respond to any questions you may have.
What's the status of that storage facility at Adeline and 40th Street?
They have submitted for building permit. They've gone through one round of plan check, and they have resubmitted for a second round of plan check. I believe that Arlie is in the process of reviewing
I'm
this.
hoping to do that tomorrow.
It's on her to-do list. So we hope that they'll be getting a building permit pretty soon,
Great.
and then you'll start to see some action over there.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay?
With that, we will open up